Alright, in this video we are going to install the FortiGate firewall onto GNS3. I am doing this because of a user request, and I do a bunch of stuff on GNS3 on this channel for both the CCNA and then network automation as well. So if that stuff interests you, you should subscribe and check out those videos as well. I've got all the steps here on the left hand side in my notepad. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a browser, and we're going to go to this web page here. I'm going to have all these notes in the link in the description, so you can just follow along there too if you want to. Alright, so this is what it should look like when you first show up. You do have to register in order to get the downloads that you need. If you haven't registered already with Fortinet, you need to do that. So you hit register. Then it's going to ask you for an email address. And that's going to send a verification code to that email, and you have to enter this code. And then I'm not going to take you all the way through the registration process because it's pretty self-explanatory, but after you do that, then you hit next, and it will take you to a page where you have to put in a bunch of information about yourself and the company that you work for. And then ultimately, after you go through that page, it will ask you to log in. And after you log in, that's where you can get the software that you need to download. And so I'm just going to go hit login and log in here myself since I already have my account set up. Alright, so now assuming that you've made it to this place, you're pretty much home free. What we need to do is hit download. Now we need to download the files. So we're going to go download, then VM images. We're going to keep the product as FortiGate, and then we're going to go down and select KVM. And it's the second one on the bottom that we're going to download. This top one is upgrade files, and since we're doing a brand new installation, the bottom one is what we're going to use. So we're just going to click on download there. Alright, so now I've got my zip file that we downloaded, and we're going to extract this next, and I'm going to extract it like that into that folder. We go in here, and I'm just going to copy and paste it right here just so that it's right there in the downloads folder. Alright, so now we have extracted the downloaded files, and the next step is going to be installing GNS3. If you haven't done that already, I do have a link here to a video that I made on how to install GNS3. It's fairly recent. And so I'm not going to show you how to do all of that, but we're just going to go straight to GNS3 and assume that you have GNS3 installed correctly. And so we're just going to be following these steps right now. So the next step is going to be going to Edit, and then Preferences. And then we're going to select KMU-VMs down here. And then you can see I already have FortiGate installed because I was practicing. So I'll just delete it out of here so that it's not there. All right, so now FortiGate is gone, and we need to reinstall it. And so we're going to click New. And then I'm going to select Run this KMU-VM on the GNS3 VM rather than the local computer. Then Next. Then you just give it a name. Alright, so I'm just going to name it FortiGate like that. I've just realized that this is an incredibly small font. And then I'm going to click Next. And I'm going to be leaving this binary value to the default value as it comes up right here. But we're going to be changing the RAM to 1024. Then we're going to leave the console type as Telnet. And then we are going to select New Image, and then Browse. Go to my Downloads folder. And then we're going to select that FortIOS QCOW2. And then we're going to click Finish. All right, and then we also have to make sure that we apply and then hit OK, or else it won't have saved all of the changes that we made. All right, so now we've made it through step 6, and we're going to go on to step 7 here and configure the basics on the FortiGate. All right, so I'm going to drag and drop the FortiGate onto the topology. Snap to grid. All right. Then I am going to connect the two. Then I'm going to power each of these on and open up the console. And we will rearrange the desktop a little bit here. All right, so the FortiGates come up first. In order to log in, you have to put in admin, and this is just what it comes up as default. And then the password is blank, and then it makes you put in a new password right away. And we're going to use FortiGate as the password, but you can make it whatever you want to. So I pasted that in there, and I'll paste it in a second time. All right, and then we're going to put the rest of the configuration in. And what this basically does, config system interface allows us to edit port 1. We are going to statically configure the IP address as 10.0.0.2 with a /24 subnet mask. And then we are going to set it to allow access for these protocols, HTTPS, HTTP, ping, and SSH. And then we're going to set the host name to FortiGate1 just in case it's not the only one in your topology. I'm just going to copy and paste all of this in here, and I think it should work. Since this is going to be a blank switch, I also have some configuration that we can cut and paste into the switch 1 here. And we're basically just going to give it a host name. We're going to create VLAN 10. We're going to put an IP address on VLAN 10, and that's just so that we can ping from the switch to the FortiGate and just make sure that we have IP connectivity. And then we're going to put the access port that it's connected to, which is gig 03. We're going to make it an access port and put it into VLAN 10. All right, now we're testing ping connectivity, and we failed. All right, so it looks like it took a minute for VLAN 10, for the interface VLAN 10 to come up. Now I'll try to ping again, and we have success. All right, so now we can ping to the IP address configured on the FortiGate. So I don't know anything else about the FortiGate firewall, so I'm going to stop there while I'm ahead. That concludes this video. So if you found this helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.